वन्दे गुरुपदद्वन्द्वम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् रक्तशुक्लप्रभामिश्रम् अतर्क्यं त्रैपुरम् अहः विशुद्धिज्ञानदेहाय त्रिवेदी दिव्यचक्षुषे श्रेयः प्राप्तिनिमित्ताय नमः सोमार्धधारिणे नमो यामिनीनाथरेखालङ्कृत कुन्तलाम् भवानीं भवसन्तापनिर्वापण सुधानदीम्. So we closed the previous session with the sutra where Bhagavan says that Atha eke Panchabhihi Akhandadhyehi Abhimantranam Amananti. That is, having enumerated the Chaturnavati mantraha, that is the 94 mantras ending with the Mula Vidya, Bhagavan opines that there are other sources, there are other acharyas who also practice the Abhimantrana of Sudha Devi with 5 more mantras. Panchabhihi Akhandadhyehi, 5 mantras starting or which starts or which begins with the word Akhanda. The fact that he says Ataha Eke Amananti clearly shows that as per the Kalpasutra Paddhati, he does not deem it necessary for these 5 mantras to be added additionally. But since it has been registered, and he also finds that these mantras, which are enlisted, add to the bhava of the sadhaka, they can also be practiced. So, what exactly is the source of these 5 mantras? The source of the 5 mantras is the Paramananda Tantra. And we find explicitly in the Paramananda Tantra these mantras starting from Akhandeka Rasa Ananda Kare, and also an instruction that Etatrayam Tribijadhyam Chaturdha Tatra Vai Japet. That is, the 3 mantras which we are going to see should be prefixed with the Tribijas, Aim Klim and Sauhu, Chaturdha, and they should be chanted 4 times. So, clearly, this set of mantras are found in the Paramananda Tantra. Since Bhagavan himself finds it worthy of mentioning here, let us move on to the next sutra where he is explicitly stating the mantra. Which are those mantras? Bhagavan says in the next sutra, Akhandaika Rasanandakare Parasudhatmani Swachhanda Sphuranam Atra Nidhehi Akulanayike Akulastha Amrutakare Siddhagnanakare Pare Amrutatvam Nidehi Asmin Vastuni Klinarupini Tadrupini Ekarasyatvam Krutvahi Etat Swarupini Bhutva Para Amrutakara Mayi Chitspuranam Kuru Iti Tisraha Anushtubaha Vidyaha Iti Tisraha Anushtubaha Vidyaha. These are the 3 Vidyaha. Vidya is a technical usage within the Tantric terminology to refer to Sri Daivatyaka mantra. So, these are composed in the Chandas by name Anushtup. Therefore, Bhagavan says Tisraha Anushtubaha Vidyaha. The 3 mantras or 3 Vidyas are very, very interesting for Bhavana. Let us start with the first. अखंड एक रस आनंद करे परसुधात्मनि स्वच्छंद स्फुरणाम त्र निधेहि अकुल नायिके. Now the Sambodhana is He Akula Nayike, O Nayika, O goddess of the Akula. Now regarding the term Akula within the Tantra Granthas, there is an opinion that the Sahasradala Kamala, which is below the Vishuvat, is called as Akula. So is the Sahasraradala Kamala, which is located in the Brahmarandhi. And there is another opinion which says that the one which is beneath the Vishuva is Kula Sahasrara, whereas the one which is located in the Brahmarandra Sthana is Akula Sahasrara. Now, we have evidences from various Mula Granthas to support both the opinions. For example, in the uh, in the Tripurarnava Tantra, we find for the Brahmarandrastha Kamala, Sushumnordhvam Sudharashmi Koti Kanti Samaprabham Adhomukham Gurusthanam Sahasradala Shobhitam Akulam Tat Vijaniyat. So Akula Padma is Adhomukha Kamala, which is downward facing, thousand petaled lotus. Similarly, for uh, the one which is located below the Vishuva, that is, Vishuva is located below the Mooladhara, and below the Vishuva, the Akula Sahasrara is located. In the Yogini Tantra, we have the reference to this Sahasrara Dala, which is actually upward facing, with the term Akula. It says Akule Vishusangecha, and it lists the other six Adhara chakras. But contextually, in this particular verse, when we refer to the Akula Naike, the goddess who resides in the Akula, we are referring to the Sahasradala Kamala, which is in the Brahmarandra only. So, He Akula Naike, O goddess who resides or who is the deity in the Akula Sahasrara. In the sense, why is it called as an Akula is because Kula means group, and we all know for categorization you require certain characteristics, certain vikalpas. And when the sadhaka or when the Parashiva Bhava is attained, there are no vikalpas, that is, there is no trace of any gunas or any attributes by which, using which you can categorize, you can group. So it is Shuddha Nirvikalpa state, and therefore it is a kula where there is no kula or classification or grouping possible. So Akula Naike Akhanda Ekarasa Ananda Kare. Akhanda Ananda Ekarasa Ananda. This Ananda is, or this state of delight or bliss, unlike the normal enjoyments or the uh, pleasures that we enjoy, either due to surge of emotions or due to certain objects. This does not require any such impetus. This is the Sahaja Ananda. This is the innate state which is blissful. Therefore, it is experienced continuously. Actually, even the usage of the word continuously is erroneous because the sense of Desha and Kala does not exist at that state. So it is Akhanda, partless. Ekarasa. Ekarasa means without any distinction. Normally, as an Ananda, as an Avastha is Ekarasa only. Its trigger can be any. In the Natya Shastra traditions, though we speak of Ashta or Nava Rasas, 8 or 9 rasas, the bliss is one and same. Which is the sthai bhava, which is that mood which triggers the experience of this bliss. Based on that, it is called as Shringara Rasa, Raudra Rasa, Karuna Rasa, etc. So it is Eka Rasa. It is a single sense of enjoyment. Okay. Akhanda Eka Rasa, Ananda Kare. One who causes this delight. Parasudhatmani. This is the state of Parasudha, the highest form of nectar. Because this Amruta that we are referring is not a dravya, it is not a materialistic object. It is a state of unity with our core self. As in the Trika Shastra, it is called as the reaching the core, the Madhyama Avastha. So, this is the Parasudha. So, in the form or in the nature of the supreme immortality. And it is not something static. It is dynamic. It is spandanatmaka. Shiva is Kriya Shakti Sampurna. So the next line says Swachanda Sphuranam. Spurana, full of spurana, full of vibration, being and becoming. These are the two limits towards which Shiva vibrates, and that is called as Spanda or Spurana. Swachanda. And he enjoys, or Devi, doesn't matter whether you call he or she, there is no Linga Bheda at that stage. He enjoys what we call as Paripurna Swatantriya Shakti. So, this Swatantriya is essential nature of the Parashivavastha, the absolute agency. So, one who vibrates with this, with his innate Swatantriya, Swachanda Spuranam. Now, that is the state of being of Shiva. May that be reflected into this Dravya. So, the prayer is Nidhehi Asmin or Nidhehi. Place that, locate it. May I enjoy the taste of that Ananda through this Abhimantrita Viseshargya. May that be the conduit for me to have the experience of that one innate Ananda Swarupa. So, Akhanda Eka Rasa Ananda Kare, Parasudhatmani, Swachanda Sphuranam Pranidhehi, Akula Naike. The next mantra is Akulastha Amruta Kare, one who is located in the Akula Padma, Akulastha, Amruta Akare, and is in the form of that nectar, Amruta Akara, Akulastha Amruta Akare, Shuddha Jnana Kare, and one who brings forth the enlightenment of the Sahaja Vidya. Now, here the word Shuddha Vidya should not be understood in the sense of the fifth Tattva, Shuddha Vidya Tattva, whereas it is very clearly explained in the Shiva Sutra that contextually the Shuddha Vidya refers to the Sahaja Vidya, which is the nature of absolute Parashiva Tattva. So, Shuddha Jnana Kare, one who can bring forth as a matter of experience the highest Parashiva Avastha. So, Shuddha Jnana Kare Pare. So, here Sudha Devi is none but Parashakti herself. So, Shuddha Jnana Kare Pare, because Shakti is through which one can realize Shiva. So, she is normally represented as the reflective awareness, which is what Vimarshanam means. So it is only through Shakti that Shivavastha could be experienced. So he is that Shuddha Jnana Kara and Para. So Shuddha Jnana Kare Pare Asmin Vastuni Amrutatvam Nidhehi. So this is the prayer which is embedded within the mantra, wherein we seek the the experience of the Amrutatva within this Visesharga Dravya. So, Asmin Vastuni. So even though this Vastu is present in front of me, the sadhaka, as an object of cognition, as an idanta swarupa, still in my bhavana, I want to understand is what I want to understand is that this Vastu is the representative of the highest Amruta which flows from my Akula Padma, from my Brahmarandra. So with that bhavana, one has to approach the Sudha Devi. Utmost respect. She is none but the Parashakti whom we are going to worship in the Shri Yantra. So all this establishes the Aikya Bhava between the Sadhaka, the Dravya, and the Devata, and the Mantra, and finally the Guru who has shown us this particular path. So, Amritatvam Asmin Vastuni Nidehi. Klinna Rupini. Klinna Shabda is that which is wet. So, Klinna Rupini means Ananda Rupini, and also one who gives life. Very interestingly, the word Lalita itself comes from or is etymologically derived as per the Nirukta Shastra from Und Klidane Dhatu. So when we say Klinna Rupini, we are also indirectly referring to the Sudha Dravya as Lalita Tripura Sundari Rupini. So Klinna Rupini Asminna Vastuni Amrutatvam Nidhehi. Then the next mantra says Tadrupini Ekarasyatvam Kritva. Tad Rupini. Tat, that refers to that Brahma or Parashiva. So Parashiva Rupini Ekarasyatvam Kritva. And it should not be experienced by me as someone or something different from me or separate from me. It should be experienced in a tadatmya bhava, as an aikya bhava. So, ekarasyatvam kritva. So, I have to experience myself as Shiva. So, tadrupini ekarasyatvam kritva. Etat. See, tat and etat in Sanskrit are normally used to, as a pronouns, they are used to refer to something which is far, dura, shabda is used, antika, something is near, etat shabda is used. So, by using both these pronouns within the same mantra, the uh, the bhava that is inculcated is that there is no difference between that tat vastu and this etat or the pratyagatma, the sadhaka himself, and the dravya which is in front of the sadhaka. So, he etat swarupini, one who is in the form of this dravya which is present in this Viseshargya patra, Tadrupini is but Parashiva himself. Therefore, becoming this Bhutva Parama Amrita Akara, Parama Amrita Akara Bhutva. Therefore, becoming thus the highest form of Amrita. Finally, Mayi Chitspuranam Kuru. So, whenever we do the Dravya Svikara during the Atma Yajana and others, the intention has to be that Mayi Chitspuranam Kuru, Mayi Chitspuranam Kuru. May I have the experience of the dynamic existence of being Chit Rupa Shiva. So it is for solely for that purpose that the Viseshargya has to be approached, not for Jikva Lolupata, not for the greed of one's taste buds. So Bhutva Para Amrutakara Mayi Chitspuranam Kuru. Iti Tisraha Anushtabaha Vidyaha. Then the next mantra is Amriteshi mantra. Bhagavan says in the 29th sutra, Atho Vacham Bloom Jraum iti Joom Saha iti Uktva Amrite Amrutodbhave Amriteshwari Amritavarshini Amrutam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha iti Chaturtho mantra. So three mantras have been listed. Tisraha Anushtabaha Vidyaha. The fourth is the Amriteshi mantra. So the Uddhara is the Amriteshi mantra is very, very plainly given by Bhagavan. He says, Atha Vacham. Vacham means the Aim Bija. So Vacham, Aim Bija, which is followed by Bloom, and which is once again followed by Braum, then Joom, Saha, Iticha Uktva, having said this. So the mantra Swarupa is Aim followed by Bloom, then Jraum, Joom, Saha. After this, Amrite, Amrutodbhave, Amriteshwari, Amrita Varshini, Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. So Amrite, you are addressing the Devi as immortality or Amrita Swarupini itself. So Amrite, Amrita Udbhave, the origin is Amrita, the Shiva. So one who is immortal. So Amrita Udbhave, Amrita Ishwari, and as Parashakti, she is the one who is responsible for bestowing the Amrita Swarupa upon the sadhaka. So she is Amrita Ishwari. How does she do it? When she decides to do, there is no end to her karuna. So Amrita Varshini, she will shower the Amrita. So it does not come in any small packages. It comes as shower, torrential shower of Amrita and Ananda. Amrita Varshini, Amritam Sravaya Sravaya. May you bring forth that Amrita into this Viseshargya Vastu. So this is the fourth mantra. Then the fifth mantra is Vagbhavo Vada Vada ततो वाग्वादिनी वाक् मदन क्लिन्ने क्लेदिनि क्लेदय महाक्षोभं कुरु युगलं मादनं शक्तिः मोक्षं कुरु कुरु शब्दो हास चतुर्दश पञ्चदश पिण्डः सह चतुर्दश षोडश पिण्डः च इति पंचमी iyam vidya. So the fifth vidya, the uddhara is given. This is also a very plain uddhara. Vagbhava. Vagbhava means aim. So aim, vada vada, vagvadini, aim. So this is one section. So when we chant this mantra, we have to chant it in the three sections. Okay, aim, vada vada, followed by vagvadini and aim. This is one section. Then madana. Madana means clean. The Kamaraja Bija. So madana, clean. Klinne, kledini, kledaya. Mahakshobham, kuru, kuru. Kuru yugalam means saying kuru two times. Kuru, kuru, madanam. Once again, clean. So this is the second section. So the pause has to be taken after the second section is completely or fully chanted. So clean, klinne, kledini, kledaya, followed by mahakshobham, kuru kuru, and then clean. Then shaktihi. Shaktihi means the the parabija, the sauhu. Okay. So shaktihi, sauhu, that is the bija. Moksham kuru kurush, moksham kuru kuru. After that, shabdo hasa, which means you have to take hasa and add Chaturdasha Panchadasha Pinda. Pinda means Swara. So add the Chaturdasha, the 14th Swara and the 15th Swara. So when we count the 14th Swara, starting from I, etc., 14th is Au, 15th is the Anuswara. So Au and Anuswara is Aum. So Hasa Aum, Asaum. Then Saha, followed by Chaturdasha Shodasha Pinda. So Chaturdasha is the Au, we have seen. Shodasha is Visarga. So Auhu. So Saha Auhu. Sahauhu. So this is the full mantra. Panchami Yam Vidya. Etabihi Abhimantriya. So with these, one has to perform the Abhimantrana. Etabihi Abhimantriya. So, if someone wants to follow only purely the Parashurama Kalpa Sutra, Parashurama Paddhati itself, then he stops with the Chaturnavati mantra. If you add these five, because there is an Anumantrata of Bhagavan, he has permitted its addition. When we add this five, it will become the uh, 99 mantras. Okay. What happens after this Abhimantrana? Bhagavan says, Jyotirmayam tad Arghyam Vidhaya. Then the Viseshargya, which is in front of us, is now the Parashiva Jyoti, the Prakashamaya. It is the Prakasha Vastu. If the Prakasha were to take physical form and be in front of us, then that form is the Viseshargya which is in front of us. So now we can imagine with what respect we should be treating the Viseshargya, both while handling during the puja and also during the Svikara, what should be the bhava we have to have towards the Viseshargya. So, Jyotirmayam tadarghyam vidhaya. This will be followed by the uh, Guru Paduka Yajna, which Bhagavan will handle in the upcoming 31st Sutra.